Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chrisley and Jodi Fournerat talk big residence move. Chrisley and Jodi Fournerat have talked about a big residence move in their first interview together. The two have been dating for a while now and have made big changes in their lives since then. Fans love seeing Chase happy. However, they have talked about one of the biggest changes they have to make for their relationship. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Chrisley and Jodi Fournerat do long distance. Chrisley has had his fair share of relationships that fans have seen. However, this one seems to be his most solid one yet. He is dating Jodi Fournerat and has been for a good amount of time. However, for the first year of their relationship, they were doing long distance. Jodi would come to see Chase. However, due to her work schedule, she could only stay the weekend. When Chase went to see her, he could stay 2 or 3 weeks. Regardless, long distance was hard on them and their relationship. They were able to work through it and make the best decision for their relationship. Fans love seeing them so happy together. They talk a big residence move for their relationship. Chrisley and Jodi Fournerat talked about how she had to move to Tennessee to be with him. This was a decision they had to make for their relationship. It was just easier for her to make the move. It seems as though Jodi had to move to Tennessee for the better of their relationship. Long distance was hard on them, as it is for anyone. However, Jodi was the one who had to make the big move. Regardless, it worked out for the best, and the two are in a great place in their relationship. She was also a big reason why Chase got sober. What do you think about this? When Chrisley Knows Best star Chrisley first stepped out with Louisiana realtor Jodi Fournerat, fans were curious. Was this a casual romance or something destined to grow roots? In recent weeks, the answer seems clearer. The couple isn't just building a relationship. They might be laying the groundwork for a dream home. And not just any home. A big residence fit for both their personalities, passions, and future plans. The conversation started innocently enough. During a recent cozy evening, the two were curled up on Jodi's plush cream sofa in Nashville, sipping wine and watching the sunset paint the sky in streaks of gold. Chase had been scrolling through listings on his phone, a habit that was part curiosity, part fantasy. "Look at this one," he said, turning the screen toward Jodi. It was a sprawling modern farmhouse on the outskirts of the city, with floor-to-ceiling windows, an infinity pool, and a wraparound porch that seemed to whisper forever. Jodi's eyes lit up. "It's stunning, but are you looking for ideas, or actually thinking of buying?" That's when the conversation took on a different weight. Chase admitted that after years of feeling somewhat nomadic, moving between his parents' world, reality TV schedules, and temporary living spaces, he wanted something more permanent. Not just a house, but a residence that reflected his growth, his style, and maybe a shared vision for the future. Dreaming big and practical. For Jodi, real estate isn't just about square footage or curb appeal. It's about creating a space that supports the life you want to live. She told Chase, "A big residence is great, but it has to feel like you. It needs the right flow, the right warmth." And, she added with a grin, "It needs a kitchen I can actually cook in without feeling cramped." The pair started bouncing ideas back and forth. His love for an indoor golf simulator and a whiskey tasting room, her dream of a sunroom full of plants, and a walk-in closet that could rival a boutique. They weren't just talking about amenities, though. Chase wanted land. Enough for a garden, maybe some goats, he joked. And Jodi wanted a space for entertaining, with an open floor plan where family and friends could gather without feeling on top of each other. The past shaping the future. Part of what made this conversation feel so real was the fact that both Chase and Jodi have lived through very different housing experiences. Chase grew up in the Chrisley household. a place where grandeur and southern charm met high-end finishes. He's used to seeing life lived on a large scale, but he's also learned that square footage doesn't necessarily mean happiness. Jodi, on the other hand, came from a world where every home had a story, some large, some small, but all built on love and intention. In her real estate career, she's walked through multi-million-dollar properties that felt empty and small cottages that radiated warmth. That insight made her careful about what big and really personal meant for them. "I don't want to feel like I'm living in a museum," Chase admitted. "I want a place that's impressive, but still somewhere you can kick your shoes off." Jodi smiled knowingly. That's where design comes in. Big homes can feel cozy if you use the right textures, colors, and lighting. "We could make it feel like us." From there, the ideas poured out, neutral tones mixed with rich woods, fireplaces in unexpected places, a reading nook tucked into a window bay, and because they're both dog lovers, a built-in pet washing station in the mudroom. The Nashville factor. Location, as Jodi pointed out, was going to be key. Nashville's real estate market is competitive, especially for luxury properties. But the couple agreed they didn't want to be right in the middle of the city's noise. A 20 to 30-minute drive from downtown would strike the perfect balance between privacy and accessibility. That buffer also meant more acreage, which fit Chase's dream for outdoor living, space for fire pits, maybe a small guest house, and enough room for future possibilities neither of them wanted to jinx by saying out loud just yet. A symbolic step for fans, the conversation about a big residence isn't just about property. It's about seeing Chase take a step toward a settled life, one that hints at long-term plans with Jodi. They're still young, but both have been through enough ups and downs to know when something feels right. Chase even admitted that part of the appeal was creating a safe space away from cameras and outside noise. When you grow up on TV, it's like your living room belongs to everybody. "I want a place that's ours, where nobody's watching unless we invite them in." Jodi, in turn, talked about how refreshing it is to dream about a space with someone who sees it as a shared vision rather than a personal trophy. "It's not just his or mine, it's ours. That's the point." Reality versus reality TV. While the couple's conversation had an air of romance, they're both realistic about what a big residence entails. Maintenance, staffing, security. It's a commitment in more ways than one. Jodi's professional background means she's not blinded by marble countertops or glamorous aerial views. She's already thinking about utility costs, resale value, and how to design spaces that can adapt to life's changes. Chase, meanwhile, is learning to balance excitement with patience. "I used to just jump into things because they looked good," he said. "Now I'm more about making sure they feel right too." Fans weigh in. Of course, the moment Chase hinted on social media about big moves ahead, fans immediately speculated about engagement rings and wedding bells. The idea of him and Jodi co-designing a home only fueled the chatter. Some followers even suggested names for the property, everything from Chrisley Cottage, ironically, to Fournerat Farms. For now, the couple is keeping specifics under wraps, but judging by the way they talk about natural light, open spaces, and rooms that make you want to stay a while, it's clear they're not just browsing Zillow for fun anymore. The next chapter. Whether they sign a deed next month or spend the next year hunting for the perfect property, Chase and Jodi are in no rush to force the process. The conversation itself, full of dreams, compromises, and laughter, felt like a milestone in their relationship. As Chase put it, a big residence isn't just a house. It's a statement about where you are in life. And right now, I want to build something worth coming home to every day. Jodi leaned in, smiling. "Then let's make sure we build it together." With that, they clinked glasses, the golden glow of the setting sun spilling into the room. A quiet reminder that some of the biggest moves in life start with a simple shared vision.